Hello everybody, my name is Rex Hawk Barton, and I'm coming to you today because of a short story that I wrote and kind of a snippet that I took out of my autobiography and elaborated on because it really hit my heart, and I hope it hits your heart as well. The title of this chapter of my autobiography was Incident at Bravo Checkpoint, the Herman Dobler and Elke Martin's killing. And this was truly a sad part of my military career that I spent in Berlin, Germany from 1962 through 1967. I was the MP boat commander, patrolling the lake, Wannsee Lake, and all the canals that we shared with the East Germans and Russians, which is four-power sector, which means that after World War II was complete, and we dominated Germany at that point, the four major powers, the United States, Russia, French, and English, were divided. Berlin was divided up, and we all had our parts of that particular city, a city within a city. There were two ways in, and one was you fly in or you drove in. If you flew in, you went to Tempelhof Air Base, which is in the middle between the English and French sector. If you drove in, you drove past Bravo Checkpoint, which went over what was called the Telltale Canal. That's where this story is going to take place, which you're going to read about. It'll be on the line, and it'll be in a short story, published version before long. It's about Herman Dobler and Elke Martins on a Sunday summer afternoon wanting to have a picnic. And so Herman got a canoe, a paddle canoe, and Elke packed a lunch in a basket, a wooden basket, and they took off down Wannsee Lake, probably went past the military police headquarters, and then turned left into the Telltale Canal. The canal was probably no more than 50 feet wide, but the most unusual part of this canal was that there was an invisible line right down the middle. That line represented to the left East Berlin, to the right the American sector and West Berlin. Bravo Checkpoint was to my right, and anybody coming or leaving Berlin had to go by Bravo Checkpoint. And this one Sunday, we got a call of shooting that was going on in the Telltale Canal by Bravo Checkpoint. In fact, Bravo Checkpoint thought that they were under fire. And we were called out. We got in our boat, MP Boat Patrol, and untied the ropes and took off down the lake, turned left and went up the canal. And as we approached the Bravo Checkpoint in that canal area, we took on fire. And I had my M14. I was standing up to the left of the driver and ready to engage the enemy, as it were, the East Germans, Russians, whoever was doing the firing. There was a guard tower directly across from Bravo Checkpoint in the East German territory. And it was there, 30 feet up, were two East German VOPO guards that were shooting at the young couple and shot them to death, killing them. And the boat was riddled with bullets, and then we took on fire. And our boat, MP Boat Patrol, took on 4, 5, 6 shots in the bow area, and then one shot blew out the windshield where I was standing, and the metal fragments and glass shards and everything went right past my head. The bullet I heard and felt went right over my ear and into, right, broke the skin. Had I been standing half of an inch further to the left, I would have been killed. But before I could pull the trigger, I watched both guards throw their guns down to the ground, climb partway down, then jump the final 10 feet and start running toward the forest, or the Grunwald as it's called. And I, at that moment, heard a familiar voice that I know. You'd have to read my rest of my autobiography to know more about it. I heard a no. It didn't come from the boat driver. It didn't come from my rookie patrolman. It came from one place and one voice that I know well, and that was God. He said no. No to pulling the trigger and killing 2 guards. They were, again, running away from me, so I would have shot them in the back. Not that wouldn't have bothered me, except I have 2 dead civilians in the water floating. After hearing no, I gave my rifle to my second in command, and I jumped overboard. And I wanted to get the bodies up on shore, see if there was any signs of life, which I doubted because the water was no longer green, it was red. For 20, 30 feet, they had been bleeding out. And I got them both, got them up on the bank of the Bravo checkpoint, and later went and got the boat and the paddles out of the water, but it wasn't until I checked for life, and there was no life in either victims. And I just knelt on the ground and kind of, maybe I wept at that time. I don't really recall. I know that one of the MP sergeant or corporal came out and tried to render first aid for me after coming out of Bravo checkpoint and seeing what was going on. But this is what the story is about. And it's about highly classified material that happens far too often. It's needed. We're talking about classified material that the general public doesn't really need to know about in certain situations. In this situation, I think they should have, because it was publicized in the East German newspapers. In fact, I was on the front page in full color of an East German newspaper, helping or kneeling down with both Herman and Elke. And the title of that East German paper was, "You see what the Americans do to our Western families," as if we had killed them. Clearly we hadn't. And the story goes on, and you will learn how and when, after 20 years, the guard who shot and killed them and nearly killed me went to prison. Justice was served 20 years too late. And I guess what I want to let you know, my public, my reading public, is this is a story that's 54 years late in coming. And in writing my autobiography, and this particular portion, my heart bled again as to this young couple who had their whole life ahead of them, and the families that were destroyed because of it. I wish I could have made my boat go faster. I wish I could have gotten there sooner. I wish I could have saved their lives. None of that happened. I couldn't do anything more than I did. But 54 years late, I'm sorry for what happened. I'm sorry to the families. And this is a good read. I hope you read it in the spirit in which it is meant, that finally the truth can come out. There's nothing classified about it because it was already reported in papers many years ago. And this is just one of those things that military has to do to protect our country and our civilians. And I think 54 years is long enough. So enjoy the read, and I thank you so much for reading my autobiography. And go on my website, the Rex Barton story, and you can see some of the other books that I have written. And there's a lot more coming that we're just waiting for publishing dates. Thank you. God bless you all.